Entering settings screen, you have 18 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mid dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up.
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Flush to his right, and he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. Doesn't even need to be
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vernon Butler. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Third and long. It's Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He'll return it from the 6. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah,
and he can't get away. Newton can't escape the pressure. pressure, and it's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. He sets to fire deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 48 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
This is Carson. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
The drive starts with a completion, left side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Ready? Let's get it. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch it. Ready?
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. With a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Well, it's 3rd down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Hey, alert. I'll go special. Hey, 4 down. Mike Shifter.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On third down, Wilson. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Coming to you. Shift. Gun.
On first and 10, Newton gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Newton. He'll take a shot for the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really low. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brian Burns make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack here, 2nd and 11.
Tackles. 14.
Now Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Here's Wilson on third down, escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. The throw right sideline here is complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On the ground, McCaffrey. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves. I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On second down, McCaffrey. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On second and a couple. Newton. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. Newton on first down. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Give him an even gain of 10, but now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will push the lead up to 5. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Wilson looking deep here for Ebron. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation. Or
go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A final shot before the break. Newton. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night, as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into stop.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Buying time to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
To throw on third down, Wilson. Now he's flushed out left. And he's got his target. That's more. He got 29 yards that time.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. That was Dante Jackson, the one who got a hand in to knock it away.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Only 2 there on the dump-off. It's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Tempo.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ebron, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. It'll be Carson. They run for it. And he will not make it to the goal line here. So they'll be unable to bump this lead up to a field goal as it remains a 1-point game. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
To throw is Newton. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
And that's a tough throw for a right-handed quarterback, rolling out to his left and trying to get the ball to a receiver. We've seen all those drills where they're trying to get the shoulders square and point it towards the target downfield.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42.
Check.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
20.
On 2nd and 12, Newton is going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead.
Cut. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Newton to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he is not going to make it to the goal line. So the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
You. Bang out. Bam.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. To throw is Wilson. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Sammy Watkins. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. All right, now the Seahawks face a big two-point conversion attempt.
Alert.
It'll be Carson. They run for it. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a one-point game. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now Newton on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Great.
After the sack on first down, Newton looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Banks. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. Newton now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Newton now to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that? And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Now following the interception, here's Newton. He's going to go up top again. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brings up second and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
That one goes for 29 yards on third down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Ebron caught left side. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of the first down.
So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
And another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
They run again with Carson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
They run it with Carson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And a sight that's becoming familiar in this season. They remain undefeated, another win under their belt.
And they did it the way that they really want to. And that means you have the ball, you're in control, you dictate the final part of this ball game, and they did exactly that.
And the clock rolls down to 0. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter,